Weekly drug testing, the bold step to end the drug war. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, the war on drugs has raged for decades, yet its grip on society remains strong. Families are torn apart, communities are devastated, and billions of dollars are spent each year trying to combat this crisis. What if there was a way to strike at the heart of the problem and finally win this war? Today I propose a transformative solution: mandatory weekly drug testing for everyone. This bold step would help us identify, treat, and ultimately eliminate drug abuse in our society. It's time to take decisive action. The scope of the drug problem. Drug addiction is not just a personal issue, it's a societal crisis. Here are some staggering statistics. Over 100,000 people die annually from drug overdoses in the U.S. alone. The economic cost of drug abuse exceeds $700 billion each year, including healthcare, lost productivity, and criminal justice expenses. Millions of children grow up in homes affected by addiction, perpetuating cycles of poverty and despair. Despite our efforts, the drug problem persists because we focus on symptoms rather than the root causes. Drug abuse thrives in secrecy, denial, and lack of accountability. To win the drug war, we must bring it into the open. The proposal: weekly drug testing. Here's how weekly drug testing would work. Universal testing. Every individual, regardless of age, occupation, or status, undergoes a simple drug test once a week. Non-punitive approach. The goal isn't punishment, but identification and intervention. Those who test positive are offered immediate access to treatment and support. Data-driven policies. Weekly testing provides real-time data, allowing policymakers to identify trends, hotspots, and areas requiring targeted intervention. By making drug testing universal and routine, we remove the stigma and create a system focused on prevention, accountability, and recovery. The benefits: winning the drug war. Early intervention. Weekly testing helps identify drug use before it escalates into addiction or criminal behavior. Reduce supply and demand. As fewer people use drugs, the demand decreases, making it less profitable for dealers and cartels. Safer communities. With fewer people under the influence, we see reductions in drug-related crimes, accidents, and workplace incidents. Healthier lives. Early detection leads to earlier treatment, improving physical and mental health outcomes for millions. This approach isn't just about catching users, it's about saving lives and breaking the cycle of addiction. Addressing concerns. I understand this proposal raises questions. Let's address the most common concerns. Privacy. Weekly testing may feel intrusive, but the cost of inaction is far greater. Addiction destroys lives, and this is a proactive measure to protect our communities. Costs. While implementing universal testing would require an initial investment, long-term savings in healthcare, law enforcement, and lost productivity would far outweigh the expense. Stigma. By making testing universal, we remove the shame and focus on collective accountability and support. This is not about punishment, it's about creating a system where everyone has the opportunity to live a drug-free life. The vision: a drug-free society. Imagine a world where children grow up in homes free from the shadow of addiction. A world where workplaces are safer, streets are free from drug-related crime, and families no longer lose loved ones to overdoses. Weekly drug testing is not just a policy, it's a cultural shift. It says we value health, accountability, and community. It's a bold step, but bold steps are what this crisis demands. Call to action. The war on drugs has cost us too much for too long. It's time to try something new, something bold. Let us embrace weekly drug testing as a tool to identify, intervene, and heal. Together, we can build a society where addiction no longer holds us hostage. The choice is clear. Do we continue down the same path, or do we take a stand and fight for a drug-free future? The time for action is now. Thank you.